No, I'm not. It's just convenient timing. Yeah. That happens to me all the time. Very
Never mind, feel free. Mr. Lammy has this.
call it the express lane of
Because, like, best. I'm going to get down here.
I would like to steal a few more. Thank you. That's okay. I am realizing that I should probably take a few more.
Can I get help? I'm using.
About 6 rows back. Oh. Oh. That probably makes sense.
Except that you use both hands. So I have
that was a bold one.
I'm worried I'm not gonna
Phones are not going to go off. It's very late there.
Ah, yes.
Put a foot on your stand and make sure your phones aren't loud. If your phone goes off, it's going to be your graduation. Show up. The one that you turn.
Yeah, I like that one.
That's what they're trying to do.
Okay, that's
A little excessive for me. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be looking.
Yeah, I feel it's like a bit much.
Yeah. It's 6 o'clock now.
You ready with
The right spirit. It's here every year.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag Please stay standing for the national anthem, which will be sung by Victor Hurdy.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, nor the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Please have a seat.
Good evening, everyone. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the graduation ceremony for Campbell High School's class of 2022. My name is Brooke Reynolds, and I have been lucky enough to serve as the class secretary for the past 2 years. On behalf of the graduating class of 2022, I would like to take a moment to welcome and thank all of you for showing your support today. And I extend my warmest congratulations to all those receiving diplomas. Today we are here to celebrate your hard work, dedication, and outstanding achievements. We can reflect on the many years we have spent together while also looking into what the future holds for each one of us. We have all grown together as a whole, as well as having developed into some of the most unique individuals. Each of you has shown that you challenge boundaries, break out of them, and redefine them. That you are individuals committed to each other, no matter the circumstances. Whatever your passions, ambitions, or goals, you have all developed into someone worthy of celebration, and you should all feel so incredibly proud of your accomplishments thus far. As we look back on all of our milestones, let us not forget those who have encouraged us most, who have made countless sacrifices for our betterment, and have stood behind us during our struggles. Whoever that may be, a family member, staff member, peer, or anybody else, we recognize those individuals and all they have done for us. We are fortunate to have had a community so tight-knit and willing to do whatever it takes to help us achieve our goals. Our Campbell years are marked by the pandemic, which offered inconceivable obstacles for us, our teachers and administrators, and our support systems. From the bottom of our hearts, as the class of 2022, We thank all those who have been devoted to our journey of graduating from Campbell High School. Though graduation marks the end of our journey at Campbell, we will never forget the remarkable relationships and memories that came with attending this school, and they will forever be the foundation for whatever is to come in the next chapter of our lives. At this time, I would like to ask each senior to remove the white carnation from underneath their seat and deliver it to the person who has left the greatest impact on their life and throughout their high school years.
When the Campbell class of 2022 was tasked with dedicating the yearbook, there truly was only one choice, Colonel. Every morning, Colonel Frazier greets every CHS student with a welcoming smile and a positive attitude. Whether you're happy to be there or not, he always is. He's always there to tell you to learn something today. He also never fails to remind us how close we are to his favorite day, which, if you didn't know, is Monday. At Campbell, he is everyone's biggest supporter. He's always there to help with the challenging math problems or to announce at the sports games. He wants what's best for everyone. No matter what, we can always rely on him to be there cheering us on.
Kylie and I were lucky enough to have him as our advisor for the past 4 years. As we all know, it was the best senior advisory. During our time together, Colonel never failed to make all of us laugh. This year, he told us a new dad joke every single day. Most of us would laugh, some of us would be confused and ask what it meant, and others wouldn't get the joke until the end of advisory. Since he can't give us a joke today, I guess we'll tell the last joke. So here it goes. How do tall people graduate? At the top of their class. Okay. Well, anyways, something he did all 4 years, however, not just for our advisory, but for everyone, was put in effort to check in on how we were doing every single day. He has always shown how he cares for every single student here at Campbell since we were little freshmen to now graduate. Colonel, thank you for your endless support and dedication you have given to Campbell and especially to our class. Everyone at Campbell knows that we are extremely lucky to have your presence. Our community and culture here would not have been the same without you. The class of 2022 is forever grateful for the positive impact that you have had on our lives, and as one way to show our gratitude, we dedicate this yearbook to you.
know that feeling you get at a concert? The whole crowd buzzing with excitement and anticipation, then all of a sudden the house lights go down, and you know that what you've been waiting for is right around the corner. The excitement, energy, and fear all balled up in the pit of your stomach. You think to yourself, what if the show isn't as good as you thought it would be? What if it is? You are desperately trying to take in the moment when suddenly the main act enters the stage and all of your thoughts and anxieties subside. You can't even remember all the worries that were just bouncing through your mind. The only thing you're concerned about is screaming the lyrics to your favorite song. Right now, as we sit on the football of Campbell High School, patiently awaiting our diplomas, we are sitting in the dark, waiting for Harry Styles, or Young Gravy, or Luke Bryan, or whoever it is to appear on stage. We are desperately waiting for the moment when all of the burdens and anxieties of high school will be lifted from our backs. Well, not to worry, because that moment is only minutes away. Minutes. Just minutes until we are actually high school graduates. Minutes away from finally reaching the moment we have sought after ever since we first walked through the doors at GMS. Granted, it only took us 12 years, but we're here, aren't we? Well, most of us at least. But while we are all excited to see what the future has in store for us, we are still reluctant to leave. We are such a tight-knit community, and I believe that is why saying goodbye will be so hard. In a small town like ours, you have no choice but to be friends with everyone, which through the past years has been great, but makes everything harder when the realization comes that this is it. We have grown up with one another, we've taught each other lessons and experienced new things. Hell, Johnny Lewis taught us that it is indeed possible to get to school on a tractor. Who would have thought? Lydia Payne showed us that the death of our class president, though staged, can still have an impact on our student body. And Kylie York taught us that despite applying to over 20 colleges and universities, the human brain can still remain intact, for the most part at least. The point is, the reason we have made it this far is because of each other. We've been able to support each other through our many successes, but also through our many, many, many failures. But it is through these failures that we are able to learn and grow as people. All right, and if I've already put you to sleep by now, it's the time to sit up in your chair and open your ears. If you choose to listen to just one thing out of all of high school, please hear this. There is a quote that is often attributed to Abraham Lincoln, and he said, "Whatever you are, be a good one." I think this quote is truly applicable. While many of us are going to be attending college in the fall, others are going to the trades or military, and others are going to find a field or career that is right for them. I think we should all take this quote to heart, and wherever we find ourselves after high school, we will try to be the best possible version of ourselves. We will work hard and chase down our dreams and aspirations. We will speak up for the things that are important to us and fight for what we think is right. And we will show the world that the class of 2022 is a force to be reckoned with. I know, you're probably thinking, why the hell should I take advice from someone who still ties her shoes with 2 bunny ears? And to that I say, while my knowledge of how to secure shoes to my feet may be insufficient, my ideas of life after high school are hopefully a little bit more clear. So please, do what you want to do and be who you want to be. Enjoy the big, noisy concert that is life. Sing along to the songs and dance like nobody's watching, because the show is only just beginning. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2022. I just want to start by thanking the family, friends, teachers, and Campbell staff who have made these past 4 years everything they were. I want to give a special shout out to my parents who have always encouraged and loved me. To my brother and my best friends, thank you for always having my back and supporting me in whatever crazy endeavor I pursued. To the class of 2022, I want to thank you for all the memories. We've learned together, we've grown together, and we've laughed together. And tonight, we graduate together. A true celebration of all we have accomplished and all we are about to embark upon, surrounded by the ones we love. Most of our class have been by each other's side since elementary school, and together we have shared many firsts. Our first ever day of school, our first quizzes and tests, our first Foursquare game at recess, and our first bus ride. And by the way, everyone knows bus 4 was the best. While together we shared many firsts, we also have shared a lot of our lasts. Our last pep rally, our last dance together, our last homecoming, and our last time gathering in the auditorium for yet another PPT, Perez Pep Talk. But what we were not aware of was just how quickly our first would soon turn into our last. High school flew by, and next thing you know, here we are, about to walk across the stage and receive our diplomas. We have made it to the last phase of our childhood. No longer are we scared freshmen who don't know where room 235 is. We are now brave seniors with bright futures ahead of us. Now is the time to embrace new firsts, to embark on our own journey. We must take advantage of this opportunity to make our mark on the world. As we moved on to this next chapter of our lives, we are going to experience brand new things. There are going to be many people who tell us to meet the future. They will say there is only one path to follow and that things need to be done their way. But it is up to us to go out and find our own way, to make our own decisions, our own mistakes, and it's our responsibility to build our path as we move forward. I strongly encourage you to do so with passion. Do what you want because you love it and not for anyone else. By doing so, you will leave behind a legacy that tells your story, one in which you have put forth your very best efforts. So now, as our time as Campbell High School students draws to a close, it is important for us to remember the first that we have shared, as well as to cherish the last. We must hold our memories close and remember where our story began. As we continue to make our way into the world, we must keep in mind those that contributed to our successes. But most importantly, we should credit ourselves for sticking it out, meeting our goals, and being able to receive our diplomas today. I am proud to say I was a part of the class of 2022, the class that is capable of anything and everything we set our minds to, the class that can overcome and persevere, the class that can thrive in the most challenging environments. Today symbolized the end of our time together here at Campbell, but is just the beginning of our very promising futures. But to me, no matter what or where we may end up, we will forever be the Campbell class of 2022. Thank you and congratulations.
Good evening, graduates, families, and friends. Before we donate our gift, I would like to invite the junior class president, Aiden Brown, to join me on the stage. Every year, the graduating senior class honors the tradition of giving a gift to the high school. This year, the class officers and class advisor, Ms. Barnett, have decided to donate $1,500 towards the new CHS Hall of Fame. This will include the cost of ceremonies, plaques, and other awards. We want to thank Campbell High School and hope our gift is put to great use within the next upcoming years.
On behalf of the class of 2023 and the rest of the Campbell High School community, we accept this gift from the class of 2022.
everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Catherine Carignan, and I am the Student Council Co-President. This year, I had the pleasure to work with Kiana Henderson and Mr. McDonough to make this school year as great as it was. Our class definitely faced many obstacles along our high school career. We started our time here experiencing normal pep rallies and spirit activities to taking midterms and finals. But over these 4 years, everything had changed. Despite these obstacles, our grade persevered and we stayed resilient. We saw normalcy our freshman year, and we fought to get that back this year, and even to improve it. Our student council stood to represent our school by giving back to our classmates, our staff, and our community. For our classmates, we ran an indoor and an outdoor pep rally with different competitions. We ran a trick-or-treating for Halloween, and we found new creative spirit days to get everyone involved. For our staff, we hosted a holiday breakfast, we made crafts for Thanksgiving, and we had a luncheon for St. Patrick's Day. And for our community, we ran 2 separate food drives for the Litchfield Food Pantry. We went caroling door to door, spreading holiday spirit, and we even hosted a dance that sent all the money earned to Ukraine through medical care packages. Our student council has taken this past year to grow and develop as fast as our world has been. We accepted challenges and changes within our own community. I am extremely excited to see where we continue to go from here. And now I would like to welcome our guest speaker that our class had voted on. This teacher has been inspiring for our class, and he is extremely passionate about what he teaches. He creates an experimental and exciting learning environment for anyone taking his social studies courses. But he also is extremely amusing and makes each and every class something to look forward to. Mr. Gingras is a favorite teacher to all of us, and I could not be happier to have him representing our class, as his compassionate and lively personality embodies us all extremely well. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Gingras.
Thank you, members of the Litchfield School Board, Dr. Jetty, administration, Litchfield families, and above all, the class of 2022, for the honor to speak to you today. Last year, besieged by a biological virus, masked into obscurity, and hit by variant after variant, I discovered a rare thing, a group of students that I treasured. Whether it was Johnny Lewis advertising for scrap metal on my whiteboard, Kylie York organizing the painting of one of my ceiling tiles, Jules Piccone and her effusive humor, or James Stoll's mysterious movements between class and remote. We had classes where we were learning, but also having fun, and it was beautiful. But beyond that, here's a secret. The best classes help the teacher as much as the teacher helps the students. Class of 2022, young Jedi. You have learned well the Campbell code of character, courage, respect, and responsibility. These values will continue to be important as you sail off into adulthood, and yet life will demand new learning and new values on the roads that you choose to travel. One of the new values that may benefit you is wisdom. Wisdom combines knowledge with good judgment, and it allows us to see with truly discerning eyes. Our culture teaches us to make assumptions and to see courage and character in predictable places. But wisdom allows us to see courage and character in unlikely places. You've already begun the road towards wisdom as you traverse the grades of Campbell High School. I would bid you to remain open to learning and reflection as you embark on this new journey. Another value that may serve you well is love. 7 years ago, a wise man stood at this podium and posed a question to the graduates. What is the strongest force in the universe? He was a science teacher, and they groped for the correct formula or physical phenomenon. But he simply said, it's love. Now, at your point in life, I'm sure you're thinking I mean romantic love. Hey now, my heart too once burned with passion. But I'm speaking more of the love that a parent has for a child, or that you have for some of your friends here tonight. When we're young, we envision what our lives will be like, and we have certain expectations and values. But life sometimes throws you a curveball, and the easy certitude of youth vanishes. We must confront a situation we had not foreseen. It's in these situations that sometimes we can show love towards others. Think of it as giving back for the love that was shown to you in the kindness, encouragement, motivation, positivity, and patience that adults here today have shown you over the years. As adults, then, you take the responsibility to now show love to others. And love takes many forms, but those with wise, discerning eyes can come to recognize it and are ready to offer it themselves. As St. Paul said, there's faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love. Now, in closing, I wish you every good thing that life can hold, my friends, for friends you have become. I hope you accomplish your dreams, but also remain content to be a good person, contributing in your own unique way. Godspeed.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here today. Now, before I begin, I would like to give a few thank yous to the people I am grateful for. For this journey that has gathered us here today could not have been done by just us students alone. I want to give a thank you to each and every one of my fellow classmates for making these past 4 years of high school truly special and engaging with us throughout our education together to make this experience into something more. Thank you to the Campbell staff, teachers, and administration for their efforts that made overcoming educational thresholds so much easier, as you have shaped us and guided each and every one of us individually throughout these past 4 years. And I want to give a thank you to all our families, friends, and other peers who have stood by our side through this journey we complete today. To those who have supported us unconditionally as we reach for our own academic aspirations. Now on to what I would like to share with you all today. So we're seniors now, class of 2022, but not for much longer, as we are about to graduate and enter a new phase of our lives, to go off on our own separate directions on a new road that we will each make for ourselves, to discover who each and every one of us are inside. But let us not forget the journeys we each took and created to get up to this point, right here, right now. I'll tell you a little bit about my journey to this podium here today. I remember what first inspired me to create this goal I had, for we were all graduating from Litchfield Middle School. I remember giving a speech that day on how to always remember to do your best, even if you're not at LMS. And that speech for me, putting myself out there in front of all those people, really inspired me to try and be something more. It was from that day that I desired to find more purpose in my actions. And so I set this goal of being high school valedictorian, not knowing what road I would traverse thereafter. A quote I often like to refer to when reflecting upon all of this is one by Abraham Lincoln, which reads, "The best way to predict your future is to create it." Taking those adventures, those risks into the unknowns of the future is what makes the journey worthwhile. Finding someone or something, or maybe something as simple as just an idea, to inspire you and motivate you into pursuing your goals and dreams is the key to defining your own success. But with these future endeavors we dare to dream comes remembering and living acceptingly with the past. For although the skies above are our limits when reaching for our future, without each and every one of our pasts, we wouldn't be the people we are today. Learning to accept our past is learning to accept who we are, for we have all been shaped and molded from the ground up by the past. And when I reflect upon my past and the steps I took to reach now in the present day, I am often reminded of another quote This quote is by Alexander Hamilton and reads, "If you stand for nothing, what do you fall for?" In order to live in the present and work towards the future, we must build upon the past. Our pasts give us character and purpose behind our aspirations. Because without purpose, without a reason to carry onwards, what are we working to achieve then? For 4 years, I made this high school valedictorian goal my purpose, and I decided I would do whatever it takes to accomplish it, as I began centralizing all my time and attention around academics. Now that I've achieved this goal and I can reflect upon it, I am conflicted. Yes, I am proud of myself for achieving my goal, but at what cost did it come at? I missed out on a lot what makes these 4 years a true high school experience. I did not involve myself in as many activities and events and just fun times in general as I probably should have. And so although I wouldn't choose to change anything about how I chose to go about pursuing my dreams, there is always a lesson to learn at the end of every goal, no matter if that goal ends in success or failure. For me, from this I learned from everything that we do, all the goals and dreams that we set for ourselves come at a cost. And it is whether we are willing to accept those costs which determine whether we will or will not succeed in making that dream a reality. This was my high school aspiration, a goal that I had going into Campbell High School, and so I asked the rest of class of 2022, what was yours? What did you aspire to get out of your time here at Campbell High School? Even if you can't think of anything in particular, just remember that we are all set on our own unique paths, on our own journeys and goals we have created for ourselves, whether we realize they exist yet or not. I do not know where we will all go after this day, after these final moments we share all together as the class of 2022. I don't know what path I'm destined to follow hereafter, but I sincerely do hope that you, no matter what road you are headed down, that is a road that you've decided for yourself and will feel fulfilled inside in making all your goals and dreams a reality. Life is not easy. We have all our ups and downs in this journey, and there will always be times of triumphs and times of struggles. But it is how we choose to respond and adapt to those changes we face that define us and our future. Live life to the fullest of its many wonders and potentials, and discover not only what this world has to offer, but more importantly, discover who you truly are inside, and be happy with the person you have become. And always remember, the best way to predict your future is to create it. And so I challenge all of you as we graduate here today, set one long-term goal for yourself, and see to it that is fulfilled as you each aspire to change this world for the better. Thank you.
Okay, before we start, I'd like to acknowledge really quickly Principal Lonergan. This will be the last time Principal Lonergan is handing out diplomas as he is retiring. He has 30 plus years in education. I think we need to acknowledge that as a school community. So I introduce to you to certify the diplomas and certify the graduates one last time, Principal William Lonergan.
My speech isn't in there. Good evening. Families, friends, community members, I'd like to welcome you all here to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2022. As principal, I have been honored to serve for the last 6 years, but in particular for these last 4 years at Campbell High School. Before we begin the ceremony, I'd like to take a moment to express my great appreciation to all of the family and friends who have supported the graduates along the way. You're so important in their lives. I also want to thank the Litchfield School Board, including Chairwoman Tina Harrison and members Heidi Ames, Andrew Cutter, Tara Hirschberger, and Liz McDonald, for their support of all our schools, but in particular for Campbell. To Superintendent of Schools Mike Jetty and Curriculum Director Mary Widman, and the entire SAU staff who worked tirelessly, and I do mean tirelessly, on behalf of the Litchfield School District. Thank you all for your support. Most importantly, I want to thank my deepest appreciation to the Campbell High School administration, Mike, Val, Josh, but also the entire Campbell faculty and staff. These are amazing people, and their loyal commitment to our seniors is so crucial in getting them to this moment. To the students, one last time, this isn't in my script. Mike Perez and I had a message to you in the gym before you came out here. We meant everything that we said. You've endured 4 years of high school, 2 of them really challenging. And you are here tonight with a bright future ahead of you. Make that future spectacular, okay? Make it meaningful for yourselves and the people around you. I have total faith that you can do that. And now, as principal of Campbell High School, I do certify that these students have successfully met the graduation requirements set by the Litchfield School Board and the state of New Hampshire. I present to you Mrs. Tina Harrison, Chairwoman of the Litchfield School Board, the graduating members of the class of 2022. And I ask you and the following members to assist in the distribution of the diplomas. Superintendent of Schools, Mike Jetty, Assistant Principal Mike Perez, Director of School Counseling Val Nelson, Athletic Director Josh Knight, and Senior Class Advisor Kim Barnett. Faculty member Kelly Frazier will be announcing the names of the graduate. Now, as we formally begin the ceremony, I express my heartiest congratulations to the class of 2022.
Nicholas James Carignan, Diploma with Distinction, Worcester Polytechnic Institute. Matthew Lorenzo Greco, Diploma with Distinction, St. Anselm College. Garrett R. Arnold, Law Enforcement. Colby Ian Bennett, Electrical Trades. Brendan Michael Oski, Diploma with Distinction, Newman University. Sean Yon Brady, Voice Acting and Sales. Travis R. Breton, Car Window Tinting. Edward Joseph Britt, Wentworth Institute of Technology. Colby Lewis Carey. Logan James Carney, welding trades. Faith Catherine Avidable, diploma with distinction, University of New Hampshire honors program. McKenna Faith Anderson, Simmons University, nursing. Haley Veronica Anderson, diploma with distinction, University of New Hampshire Paul Scholars Program. Tavia Marie Almeida, diploma with distinction, University of New Hampshire. Bailey Grace Bork, Roger Williams University. Lily Sophia Adamakis, diploma with distinction, University of New Hampshire. Kylie Jordan Meiji York, diploma with distinction, Northeastern University honors program. Brooke Alexandra Staunchus, diploma with distinction, Endicott College. Brooke Haley Reynolds, diploma with distinction, Merrimack College honors program. Catherine Olivia Carignan, diploma with distinction, Suffolk University honors program. Andrew D. Carty, Nashua Community College. Jason Jeffrey Carty, Southern New Hampshire University. Trevor Richard Carty, Manchester Community College. Luis Miguel Chavez, NHTI. Eric Christopher Coates, Jr., LaSalle University. David Atticus Costco, University of New Hampshire. Nicholas DeFazio, Electrical Trades. Connor S. Donahue, Trades, Career Bound. Matthew Evan Hart. Victor William Hurdy, Voice Acting and Entertainment. Caitlin Rose Ferris, Rivier University. Leah Jean Minet Douglas, Southern New Hampshire University. Lauren Dion, Diploma with Distinction, Clarkson University. Sophia Demos, NHTI. Miranda Lynn DeStefano, Gateways. Amber Diane Daigle, Coastal Carolina. Corinne Tamsin Chu, Diploma with Distinction, University of Maine. Ashlyn W. Chege, University of New Hampshire, Biomed. Morgan Julia Bruner, Diploma with Distinction, Eastern Nazarene College. Tiana Brooke Boyson, Southern New Hampshire University. Anthony Jason Holder, Stonehill College. Paul Richard Hooper, Gap Year, then Law Enforcement. George John Ivis IV, Salve Regina University. Owen John Keppel, Welding Apprenticeship. Ryan Matthew Latcha, University of Tampa. Garrett Matthew Lessard. Michael James Levake. Johnny Lewis, Construction Trades. Nicholas X. Lozo, Sound Design. Todd Jackson McCready, Southern New Hampshire University. Reese Adeline Pelletier, Riviere University. Lydia Morgan Payne, Riviere University. Jessica Peyton Oswald, Salve Regina College. Josephine Grace Oberto, Diploma with Distinction, Northeastern University. Elena Nicole Montanaro, University of New Hampshire. Mia Samantha Kittredge, University of New Hampshire. Deja Nyla Kam, Keene State College. Laura Harrison, St. Michael's College. Brianna N. Hamblett. Layla Hayes Gottlieb, Rivier University. Taden Joseph McDonald, United States Marine Corps. Owen David Medina, Welding Trades. Brody A. Mills, University of New Hampshire. Derek J. Napoli, Ithaca College. John Tyler Newell, Jr., Keene State College. Jackson Thomas Norrie, Salve Regina College. Talon Robert Novotny, Wentworth Institute of Technology. Shane Augustus Pissarro, Manchester Community College. Nathan Charles Perry, Southern New Hampshire University. Connor James Reiki, Vermont Technical College. Meredith Lane Spots, Diploma with Distinction, Flight Training. Bria Therese Soul, University of Rhode Island. Nevaeh Lynn Slawerski, Medical Billing and Coding. Alexandra May Shapiro, University of Maine, Honors Program. Wendy Lynn Richardson, University of New Hampshire, Accelerated Masters. Emily Marie Pavlidis, Diploma with Distinction, University of Vermont. Ashley Gail Pavlidis, Diploma with Distinction, University of Vermont. Mia Taylor Pomerleau, Rivier University. Olivia Grace Pilcher, Diploma with Distinction, Clemson University. Juliana Renee Piccone, Diploma with Distinction, University of New Hampshire, Animal Sciences. Keegan William Reynolds, Massachusetts Maritime Academy. Dylan Christopher Rice, Wentworth Institute of Technology. Christopher Jonathan Reel, Nashua Community College. Brady W. Robichaux, Mechanical Trades. Tyler Lawrence Sauve, HVAC Trades. Kendra A. Skirto. James Paul Stoll, Community College System of New Hampshire. Tiernan Thomas Sullivan, Keene State College. Dominic Valentin, career in fire safety. Matthew Ryan Young, Grand Canyon University. Brooke Elizabeth Sullivan, Diploma with Distinction, University of Rhode Island.
Would the members of the class of 2022 please stand? As class president of the class of 2022, I would ask my classmates to please move your tassel from the right-hand side of your mortarboard to the left-hand side of your mortarboard. Congratulations, you are now alumni of Campbell High School. Alumni of class of 2022, please have a seat. Before I forget my speech, I'd like to give a shout out to George Ivis. Even though he cannot be here in person today, on behalf of my class, we would like to say congratulations to him and his family. We'll try our best to Photoshop you in the grad picture, George. I'd like to thank everyone for being here on this graduation night, and before this wonderful ceremony comes to an end, I'd like to give a special thanks to some of you out here tonight. To the families of every student in our class, I'd like to thank you for your help and support through many years of schooling. To the teachers and faculty, I'd like to thank you for dedicating your career to help make us young adults into true citizens, soon to make an impact on the real world. Coaches, you played such an important role in the physical and mental development of us as well. I would also like to thank Mr. Lonergan, Mr. Perez, and Ms. Barnett for all they do to help the student body prosper, especially seniors, during such an important time in our lives. Lastly, I thank Mr. McDonough, not only for tackling graduation head-on, but for also being a resource for students to go to for support, advice, and a good laugh. So again, everyone, thank you. Well, the long-anticipated time is here for all of us, and to say time went by fast is definitely an understatement, and I mean an understatement. Some of us have been together our entire school education, from kindergarten until now. So I've been seeing most of you all every day for the past 12 years, which means I've gotten to know all of you pretty well. Being such a small school and all, it has been astonishing to know so many people on such a personal level. Most of us remember when we were given usernames to log into our school accounts way back in elementary school. And each of us had the number 22 after our names. Nobody really knew what it meant, but eventually we figured out that the number 22 signified the year we graduate from high school. We couldn't even comprehend that at the time. That was so far away that there was plenty of time to do what kids do and experience the world becoming big, scary adults. But that time is here. Though this is a really good thing, and I say that because we've all come such a long way into developing into the people we are today. We have been through 4 years of some awesome history because I bet nobody could have predicted COVID. Not even Mr. Pothier. But through everything, it seemed like our class only blossomed, and we came together stronger than ever our senior year. We were able to fight adversity when it came at us firsthand. The amount of personality, character, and sincere people produced from our class is, I believe, because of the hardships we faced from these times, and I think that alone deserves a round of applause. Like I said before, our class rolled through the punches and brought good to our senior year. Despite these dark plagues looming around us like COVID, climate change, inflation, gas prices, a lack of cell service in the school, it seems like we all survived and prospered. Thank God we were able to get the Wi-Fi password this year. And of course, a vaccine for COVID. We've lived through cultural developments across the world, which may mark us as the TikTok generation for some, or maybe as the kids who made Zoom a big thing. But let's just take a minute to acknowledge the fact that we are about to wrap up 4 years of high school. So for a second, I want everyone in our class just to close your eyes. Think about one thing that you took away from school that made you into the person you are today. The most important thing about high school is what we're willing to take away from it. I'm sure we all learned lessons from making mistakes, whether it was the easy way or the hard way. Regardless, we've all learned valuable things to take away from school. Whatever you're thinking of right now, make sure it stays with you for the rest of your life. We all have completely different yet lengthy future lying ahead of us. As we just heard Colonel announce, we're all headed to do big things in our future. Take that one thing, just that one thing into your future, and equip it on your journey of adulthood and into becoming an even better person. I promise all of you that your futures are bright, And although it will be hard, we all get through this and become prominent people in society. I'd like to leave you all with a quote from one of the most inspirational books I spark noted in high school, The Catcher in the Rye. Quote, I was trying to feel some kind of goodbye. I mean, I've left schools and places I didn't even know I was leaving them. I hate that. I don't care if it's a sad goodbye or a bad goodbye, but when I leave a place, I like to know I'm leaving it. If you don't, you feel even worse. Some of us might not have liked high school, but I'm sure that we'll all miss it one way or another. Whether you know it or not, this school, this community, and this amazing town has done so much for us and our lives, and I think that deserves one heck of a meaningful goodbye. Thank you.